Hi, I'm Alexander van Ussel, a researcher XR for Thomas More University of Applied Sciences in Belgium, and I'll be talking about our work in progress paper towards a university-wide implementation of extended reality. Extended reality, or XR, is becoming more popular in education. That's because there are a lot of advantages or affordances, as the literature calls them, such as reduced risk of harm, ample and time-independent learning opportunities, and even, according to several research studies, increased learning effectiveness. Despite these advantages, we see that adoption of XR in education is quite low. That's because there often is no framework, because management struggles to keep up with the ever-changing landscape, which causes knowledge that's gained through individual initiatives to be stuck with these individuals. Also, we see there's not a lot of research or literature about this topic yet. At Thomas More University of Applied Sciences in Belgium, we saw this problem and we're trying to solve it by creating a framework that should help other institutions to develop a sustainable XR policy. In order to do this, we used the theory of change framework by Anderson, which tries to implement change by starting from the final goal and working backwards to the beginning, thereby creating a pathway of change. The first step in the theory of change framework is determining a long-term goal. For us at Thomas More, this was the implementation of XR technology in the institution. Then we need some preconditions, which are essential conditions that need to be met before we can achieve this long-term goal. We conducted a survey among educators and management to provide input for these preconditions. Then we also need some indicators telling us if a precondition was successful or not. And we need to transform these from abstract to practical operations. Interventions are the actions and activities needed to bring about these preconditions. So we mapped these out based on survey results and also based on available funding and resources, of course. Then there are some assumptions about the pathway of change, and we need to ensure all stakeholders are on the same page about these actions, about connections between these actions. So we set up a steering committee to help us fine-tune the pathway of change. When drafting the pathway of change and based on the results of the survey, we identified 5 main challenges for implementing XR in a higher education institution. First, we need to inspire our educators. We organized some roadshows to introduce XR to educators on different campuses. XR at lunch sessions to provide low-entry inspirational talks on specific XR topics. And trainer-trainer sessions to really equip these educators with the skills they need to use XR in their classes. Second, we need to share the knowledge and expertise. So we set up a digital platform to share the best practices, lesson ideas, helpful resources. They can ask each other questions, etc. Also, we need to share the infrastructure, so the hardware and software, with not a lot of budget. So instead of having a few high-tech fixed XR labs, we made some mobile XR labs, which are boxes carrying VR headsets, tablets supporting AR, there's some MR, there's some cameras, 360, etc., and some pre-installed Wi-Fi access points too. For software, we bought some applications which are useful for each campus. So communication skills training, XR authoring tools, allowing educators to create their own XR experiences, and foreign language learning. Also really important are the external partnerships. So at the end of the project, we will organize an external event where we will show what we will have achieved at the end. And we will promote XR technology. Important is communication on the project. We want to emphasize the management's belief in XR, and we want to help educators, IT employees, and sub-level managers understand why XR for learning matters and how it enhances their teaching and learning. We have implemented XR technology in Thomas More, but note that it is still a work in progress and it has not yet been fully validated. Nevertheless, we feel it's a great starting point for future research and other institutions that want to implement XR technology. Thank you so much for listening.